Welcome back to AM Northwest. You know, coaching isn't just for sports teams. It's also playing a role in the workplace. Here to share ways managers can become coaching leaders. We welcome back executive coach and leadership development strategist, Dr. Carol Parker-Walsh. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So talk to me about this coaching kind of idea, because you say it's important for leaders to develop coaching skills.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, usually when people think of managing, they're so focused on delivering results and making sure that people are meeting objectives and are overseeing tasks. And they're so focused on that. But what they're not doing, and this is the call for many CEOs across the country, are saying they want their managers to start coaching and developing people for greater engagement, retention, and productivity. Because if people feel as if they're valued in the workplace, if they feel as if they're contributing and that they can grow and develop in that particular company, then they're more likely to stay and do a much better job. So coaching is really about a different skill set than just managing. It requires coaches to really, leaders rather, to think differently and have a mindset of a coach, which sometimes can be a little bit challenging.
Yeah, so it's understanding the difference between managing and leading.
Absolutely, right? Because managing, as I said, is really overseeing goals and tasks and things of that nature, whereas leading and really coaching as a leader is about development and about giving people an opportunity to see the possibilities. It's much more aspirational than it is just focusing on the tasks at hand. So it's allowing people to develop the opportunities and to see themselves moving on, moving forward, or achieving more within the workplace versus just taking care of the tasks and just having head down and focused on what's in front of them.
You say there are 3 foundations of coaching. So talk to me about those.
Yes. They're the 3 key things in really for a manager to develop as a leader coach is to have active listening, is to be able to really understand emotional intelligence, their own emotional intelligence, and to be able to ask powerful questions. And active listening is so important because most of us listen just enough to be able to prepare our own responses to what people are saying.
That's very true.
So we don't take everything in. But active listening is really not only listening to what's being said, but being able to understand what's not being said through nonverbals or the underlying meaning behind what people are saying. So it takes a little bit of a skill set, but active listening is a core foundation of coaching. And then powerful questions, really what coaching is about is not you having the answer. And that's another difference between managing and leading. It's not you having the answers, it's helping the individual find their own answers and tap into their own wisdom. So by asking powerful questions, you're allowing people to actually tap into their own brain power and to their own knowledge and find their own solutions. So it's allowing people to have a greater sense of critical thinking and critical analysis, and actually to understand that they know more than they think they know. And then emotional intelligence really is about you as the coach not personalizing things, understanding that it's not about you, that it's really about them. So it allows you to be really present, to have some empathy, and to really hold space for the person to gain that knowledge and wisdom and to come up with the solutions for themselves. I mean, most leaders would love their team members to be great problem solvers and have great decision making. And by asking questions and allowing for space for them to come up with their own solutions helps to really advance that level of intelligence and productivity for the leader. So, but you as the coach have to be really knowledgeable of how not to get involved or solve the problem or give the answer, but to really hold the space. And emotional intelligence really allows people to do that.
It seems like it would also just make you a better coworker if you took that kind of attitude as well. That kind of thought process.
Well, that is true.
Yeah, right?
That is true.
Okay.
That is true.
You say becoming an impactful coach means trust and open communication are key.
Yeah, and a lot of that is really about the continuous improvement and continuous learning, right? Because it's coaching is a skill set that you develop over time. So as you're coaching, you want to always be in the process of eliciting feedback from the people that you're coaching, from peers. You want to engage in continuous learning for yourself, and you want to reflect on how you've coached after every session to see how you can improve, or maybe you did give a little bit too much advice, or maybe you did try to solve the problem. And so how will you improve that for the next coaching session that you have with someone? So asking people and checking in along the way. How did that go? Was that helpful for you? Was there something that I could have done better to really help you gain more knowledge and information for yourself? And getting that feedback and reflecting on it is key to becoming an impactful coach.
I also like, too, you talk about coaching cross-generationally.
Yeah, well, I mean, coaching generally is not a one-size-fit-all thing. You really
Correct.
always have to think about the person you're coaching. But generationally, it may really require you to maybe shift some things about the way you coach, depending on the generation that you're coaching. And again, this is the difference between managing and leading. You know, managers are just focused on the one task, but leading requires you to not just think that one way is going to fit everyone. And so you want to really be considerate of whether or not you're coaching a millennial or a Gen Z, and they may need a little bit more hand-holding than someone who may be from a boomer or Gen X generation who can really have more handoffs. So you want to think about how you're going to approach coaching cross-generationally, so you're giving people the space that they need in order to find the solutions for giving them the best results.
Really great advice. Dr. Carol Parker Walsh, always good to see you.
Thank you.
You bet. All right.